Well, well. What do we have here? The crew is back again. I'm Omar. This is NerdinIn. I'm in Dallas. Who's here tonight?
I'm Sean in Michigan.
I am Craig in Maryland.
So, for those of you new, this is just a bunch of homies talking about that shit that you love, unadulterated nerd jizz all over your face.
What is wrong with you now? We just lost all of our.
It's like 10 seconds, Omar. All right, man.
It's been too long. Oh, it feels so good.
Right.
So for the most part, we just jump around on topics that we love, things that is kind of current. All mostly comic book, film, streaming shit, toys. But I'm a basketball fan. I don't know how many of you out there are. Also a Lakers fan. So I'm like kind of in a very special place right now with our 17th banner that I'll eventually hang up in our room, in my room here. And it's just the feels. It's so deep right now. So deep.
It was I'm like I like basketball. I wouldn't say I love basketball, but I like basketball. I've always been a fan of basically playoff basketball. Like that's when I usually tune in. And I feel like it was, the Lakers did win almost every, series 4-1, but I feel like the finals this year were like just super competitive. Like I feel like, almost any one of those teams could have made it. That's how I feel. But when I was big into basketball, I was a Lakers fan. I went on record and said that somewhere, so I'm not just saying that because they won. But when I was big into basketball, I was a Lakers fan, so it was cool seeing them win again. I actually won some money off of that as well. So go Lakers!
Good job, bro.
Right.
Sean's a Laker hater, so he doesn't really, or not a Laker hater. He's more of a Braun hater.
No, like liking the Lakers is like liking the Yankees or Duke basketball. And
who's your team, Sean?
Huh?
Who's your team?
It used to be the Pistons until the front office blew the team up. So I am teamless right now.
Right. Like I still like the Lakers, but like I would still consider myself teamless. But it was still good to see the Lakers win though, because got to over 24.
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like there were so many different elements and layers to what they did in the bubble that made it kind of that whole thing bigger than basketball that Braun always pushes on based off of the politics that came out of some dumb bitch and politician chick talking shit. Or was it someone on Fox that said this?
So with
that was it Laura Ingraham that told him to shut up and dribble?
Yeah, shut up and dribble.
Something like that.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't like to use that term ever really, but this person deserves it. I'd say worse things. I'd use some, the boys' language on there, but I really don't want to lose anybody else. So
don't do that.
No, but I mean, it's hypocritical because she, some other like white athlete did something, and then
the MMA guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went on there calling out LeBron James and a couple other people when you don't see them on Fox News tell him to, I guess would say shut up and punch, I guess because it's MMA. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, there's double standards.
Oh, of course it is. I think this country is built on double standards.
For sure, on a lot of things, a lot of broken contracts.
Right.
So happy Indigenous Day week. I think that's a big holiday to celebrate. I saw this interactive map, and it was just amazing looking at all the different tribes that were here. I was looking specifically in Texas, and I know of some of the tribes, but it's really just the ones you only hear about in all the different whitewashed Native American films, Dances with Wolves and shit. But it's not to say that wasn't a good movie, because it was, but still not doing any justice or dues towards
the prequel to Avatar.
Yeah, for the most part. Going back to the NBA, what I didn't finish my thoughts on were I loved what the NBA did with Black Lives Matter, with voting. I had to speak on this because today I actually voted. Today was the first day of early voting in Texas.
Nice.
And one of the commitments that the NBA players and NBA Players Association got from all the NBA teams and the cities were that they're going to use all the stadiums as voting centers to help with voter suppression, which we know is all very real.
Bad, dude.
Yeah,
so
like
bad.
Texas, the governor was trying to make it one, ballot box. Was a ballot box per county or something like that?
And the local supreme, like the local state courts, they upheld it. Yeah. So there's only a few ballot boxes here and there.
They're doing something really bad in Virginia as well.
They cut, they cut
the hard fiber wire.
Yeah.
So you can't vote
on the last day to register. Yeah. So anybody trying to register at the last minute.
So they pretty much pulled like that one Africa. I think it was like this African. Was it? I forget which country it was. But they pretty much cut off the internet so they can just kill everybody, and then no one can use the internet. I forget which country it was that this happened in the last few years.
Yeah, and then Cali had the fake ballot drop boxes being put out.
How do they think that that's something they can? I mean, they're going to get away with it. Obviously,
yeah. I mean, that's why they're going to do it, because they know that they're going to, even if they don't get to do it like fully, like they're going to get away with it.
Yeah,
so
But the experience for voting today was amazing. Like it's going to be all through the early voting time, and when you go to like any type of basketball or hockey arena where most of the NBA players play at, it's big and it's spacious and it's not outside, but there was probably like 50 to 60 people there this morning, like around 7:00, and man, it felt safe. It was real social distancing. They had it all set up right. Very clear and clean. Totally different from the voting experience I had maybe like just the local state one maybe 3 or 4 months ago. I went to a library and it was like an hour and a half wait for me to vote. It took like 30 minutes. It's just
that's crazy, man. I already have my ballot for at least a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks now, but I'm doing my research on every single person on the ballot that I'm interested in. So
right.
But yeah, it's so nice to have that option. I just, I don't trust the mail because of stupid DeJoy, but I'll drive it over and either put in the box or hand it to them in person. But it's so nice to be able to, take my time at home and do my research and not have to wait in an hour line or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so go vote. Or
definitely go vote. Make a plan for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, go vote. We don't care who you vote for, just vote.
Yeah, man. It's just insane how, as a modern society, we're seeing all these things right in front of our face in the information age happen to pretty much maintain their power, because they see it being slowly changing and growing.
It's some third world stuff, man. Like, because like NATO goes to third world countries when this kind of stuff happens, and they will police it. We're supposed to be the best country in the world, and
no, we're far from it. We're far from it.
That's always been such a funny concept to me. It's like, this is the greatest country in the world, and I'm just like, just disregarding the last 4 years, like just even before that, just to be like, this is the greatest country in the world, and I'm just like, maybe for a certain group of people, yes.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. But we're still a young country in comparison to the rest of the world. Not to say that other places don't have bad things going on.
Definitely.
But obviously, we're going to talk about shit that we face and feel every day. So, yeah, man. So, Sean, we got plenty of room. We're going to be probably, on the steering wheel for the Lakers Lake Show. You can come jump on. AD, he's like an East Coast guy. You're kind of East Coast, kind of.
Yeah, you got J.R. Smith. He's definitely an East Coast guy, right?
Yeah.
No, my thing is I always have to root against LeBron.
Well, of course. See,
he's the Tom Brady of basketball. Always have to root against him.
Dude, but look what he's doing, man. I mean, he's 36.
No. Okay, so
he's in
his whole, stuff about, like social justice and getting out to vote. Like, I applaud him for that. I do. I think it's important, and he has a good platform, and I fully support him. But as a player and his whining and him being a prima donna in the bubble or whatever, like,
how different is that from Jordan during his prime? Jordan got all the calls. Jordan, you can look at old footage and you can see Jordan say, "Hey man, but I got fouled," and the referee goes, and he
no. You go watch LeBron's flops versus the bad boys, literally just like taking Jordan out in midair and watching him like crumble to the ground. Like, no, there's a big difference there, man.
No, for sure. I agree with you that this is definitely the softest version of the NBA that we've seen in a long time. But at the same time, it's also the most highly skilled. I mean, you see some of these kids come out like Ja Morant that can take on the best of the players, and it's his first year because he's like just so highly skilled, no chinks in his game, besides the experience.
I got a question for you, Sean.
Right.
Who in the NBA right now is better than LeBron James? Objectively, who in the NBA is better than LeBron James? I feel like that silence should be your answer, but I'll wait. I'll continue waiting.
I haven't watched the NBA in 3 years, so probably no one is better than him.
He's and again, I'm a fan of good players, so I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, I love LeBron, blah blah blah, whatever. No. But just, I mean, the dude is good. Like, I feel like dude is.
No,
good.
I'm not saying he's not good. I just don't like his antics on the court.
I mean, you can't really fault him for those though, because it's not as if he's the only person that's doing it. Like,
no, he's not the only one. He's not the only one, but
like one of my favorite players is fucking James Harden, and we all know how much he does that shit.
Yeah, I still like Harden better than LeBron though.
I don't know, man. Like, just they compare like all the numbers of LeBron when he was 27 and LeBron now when he's like 35. They put all the stats together, and it's like he's improved in every fucking category. It's ridiculous. Like, maybe not free throw percentage, but he doesn't care about free throw percentage, obviously, because he just doesn't. But dude, the way he shoots the three now with so much confidence, he has post moves now. Before, he was like Blake Griffin. He would just come over and dunk on you, or just get stuck because he doesn't have pivot. And he has footwork. You know what I mean? So like, what I love about Bron is like he is a student of the game, super cerebral guy. All the social justice and, you know, kind of like voter suppression and just education of people that are otherwise impoverished and have no hope. I mean, that's obviously way more important than basketball. That puts him above everybody else. But just from a basketball standpoint, playing the game, dude, that guy he's a beast. He's six. He's a what's his position? He's like a offensive football. He should be like a football player. He's 6'9", 270 pounds.
Yeah, he would be just his, like, you know, body and frame alone. Right? No. He'd probably be a receiver. Like, he'd definitely be a pretty good receiver.
I mean, it's insane.
This is not the We Love LeBron James podcast, for the record.
No, it's not. It's not. But we just talked about this is recent shit going on. Oh, right. And then one other thing. And the reason I'm talking about this is because, you know, usually when we have our weekly threads and we're all talking about shit, and, you know, Chris, he'd be jumping on this real hard because, you know, Pharaoh, he's a big basketball guy too. And so is Craig Prime. But I have to get this out. So, like, this is the final thing. The difference between LeBron and all of his contemporaries is he broke the fourth wall as a player, because not only is he a basketball player, not only is he – it's kind of like interlocking directorates. It's kind of illegal, the shit he's doing, because he has the biggest sports agency for the NBA on his team, his supposed agency – that it's his buddies, right? But obviously we all know it's LeBron. Rich Paul, he's like the biggest sports agent. Has like 6 of the guys that are on the Lakers. So they can kind of make decisions on how much money they're going to take so that they can afford more players on the Lakers. And also bring other players to the team. As long as you join LeBron's agency, Clutch Sports.
I mean,
so that aspect, and then also controlling the media. So he has a show through, I think it's Showtime. Is Showtime or HBO?
What's
No, maybe
the
it's HBO. HBO. It's called The Shop. So it's a part of his media group called Uninterrupted, where he wants to be sure that the voice of sports, of athletes, are being not muffled by just the journalism of basketball, where they're just saying different things that kind of take what they say out of context.
Right.
And then of course Uninterrupted through ESPN. So like KD's on this same shit too. He's not quite on LeBron's level, but dude, that's just like, I don't know, it's unfair from that standpoint.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, he's I feel like he's a beast, and I feel like he gets a lot of shit, mostly because of his diehard fans are the ones that are arguing with other fans about how much better he is than Jordan. And so I feel
like this guy named Omar Brat.
I feel
like he gets a lot of fucking
never
hate
said that.
about shit that he's basically never said or addressed, but because his fans are like, he's better than LeBron, and then the Jordan, fans are like, no, he's not. Fuck LeBron, and LeBron's like, what the fuck? I had nothing to do with that. I think he gets a lot of that shit.
That's just the internet's being the internet's, and we love it. We're a part of it. It's great. So, WizKids has been busy. The maker of Heroclix, a game that we love and adore, and eventually we're going to get Craig into it to the point where he just starts buying a few less console games and a few more boosters.
Hey, console games are about to go up to 70, so I'm probably not going to be buying as much anymore.
Yeah, boosters are only going to be jumping in price from what, like 15 to, was it
13
18 bucks? Oh, 13 to 15? Okay. So, a lot of big news for WizKids. We have another, like 3 new sets that are going to be coming up that they released. The first of it's going to be House of X, based off of Jonathan Hickman's current line of X-Men. Kind of no different from what he did with Fantastic Four. Pretty much just making the mutants a nation. And it's some cool shit. I haven't really read much of the books. I can imagine all the cool shit that he's doing.
I'm probably going to wait until his run is done, because I love Hickman, and I feel like I would be able to I'll be able to comprehend it better if I read it all in one shot rather than trying to read it like month to month or however often it's coming out. So I'm probably going to wait, but I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, I read the miniseries. I only read the first few of the ongoing series, and then there's it like when they rebooted, they did the miniseries only, and then now they're expanding back out to all the X books. So there's just too many books to keep up with. So
I am currently reading Empire though. I feel like we talked about that like 2 months ago.
Fine, man.
I haven't read it. But yeah, it's it'll be nice to see some of the modern iterations of the characters in Clix.
Right.
And they're saying they're increasing the price to better the sculpts and then make some of the characters bigger, just scale wise. And the few sculpts that were previewed, they look cool. They have their, you have the mutants doing their energy blasts and stuff, translucent effects. So it looks nice. We'll see how bad the power creep gets in this.
When do they drop?
It's going to be so bad.
It drops sometime in December.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't like to give a lot of time between sets. For some reason,
we're
it's
actually getting
weird.
almost 2 months between this set and the last one. For a while during the late summer, it was like a month in between drops, which was like,
damn.
Yeah, it was killing. It was killing some of us.
I mean, it got to a point like I don't know how some of my guys here, like Sean, are able to do every set. I just can't. Like, I pick and choose what I think I'll play, and still yet I haven't even gone to play publicly. Like still play with just like a homie that is down to play every once in a while. But again, that's like maybe once every 3 months. So
yeah, I went hard on the Fantastic Four set in the summer because I was trying to pull that God Doom, which I still haven't gotten. And then it was, I thought that was like the only FF we were going to get in a while. And then, we'll get to the next set. But then Spider-Man came out, and then that sold out at distributor level within like a week and a half, 2 weeks of the drop. So then I went hard on that just because some of the local venues were selling out. So, you can't get more of it in a lot of shops. So, yeah.
This is what happens. Everything that Sean's saying right now, it's just called addiction. So
no, it is straight up addiction. Like, I won't.
Hey, it's a good addiction. I was explaining to somebody. I mean, it's a little off topic, but I was explaining to somebody the other day. Like one of my friends, she's still playing Pokemon Go, and she was trying to convince me to play it, and I was like, I can't touch anything Pokemon ever again, because I remember when Pokemon first came out. Like I remember watching the first episode of Pokemon on TV, rushing home from school and watched it, and I just went off the deep end like bad, like to the point where this is gonna sound terrible. So me being a little kid, no source of income, like I got my first like booster set of Pokemon cards, and then I built that upwards to like 200, 300 cards from just like trading with people. I shot dice for Pokemon cards a few times. Me and my 3 brothers would plan elaborate heists to take Pokemon cards. Like there was at one point in time where I found like my younger brother found like just $300 like outside one day, and I spent 150 of it on like 20 Pokemon cards. It was bad. It was really, really bad. So when I got out, I was like, I can never go back. And so, I understand addiction. I get it.
You still have any of those old cards? Because some of them are like, they're selling for like 5 figures.
Yeah,
some of the first edition foils.
So you live by the gun, you die by the gun. Somebody stole all of my Pokemon cards.
Yeah, that's called karma, bro.
Right.
That's karma.
I mean, that's a way to go out.
And this crazy thing was that like by that point I had told myself, you know what, I'm just going to keep them. Like I'm gonna just keep them. I don't really care about them anymore, but I was going to keep them.
Yeah.
But like when they got stolen, I was just like, I mean, whatever. I didn't expect Pokemon to come back, and I didn't expect them to be, like as crazy as they are now, like as far as like, selling them. But yeah, somebody stole like 200, between 250 and 300 Pokemon cards from me.
That sucks, man.
Yeah. I had to. So yeah, I long story short, I get addiction. So you would not hear no judgment from me, Sean.
No, like that's why I've never gone the Funko Pop route.
Oh my God, I can't. Do they make Funko Pop everything? Like I would say a good amount of comic shops that are still like doing well, they got about, sometimes some of them 50% of their square footage is Funko Pop, because I didn't even realize like how big it is. It's like what are those little bears, those little, what was it was like a big time fad for a long time.
The TY.
What were they called? Beanie Babies.
Yeah. Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies. Yeah.
Oh my God! Like on that level shit, where like even some like.
Yeah, major retailers have Funko. Like you can find it literally everywhere. It's not just in the comic shops.
I think so I never really cared about Pops. Like I mean, I have Pops, but every Pop that I have, except with the exception of one, it was free at one of my jobs. They were just like, well, they got there you go. I think the only Pop I've ever bought was that one.
Okay.
It was a friend basically hyped me up to buy it. It was like an NYC exclusive and whatnot, and so I was like, whatever. I'll probably I think I got it for like $9. I think it's like reselling for like 30 or 40. So I figured, you know what? I'll keep it up there. Eventually, I'll just sell it because, like I said, I really don't care about pops.
Yeah, I got two for free with I think video game purchases, and then one as a gift, and I gave them away immediately because I did not want to.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you to know.
Yeah.
Again, Heroclix are easier to hide. So speaking of the other next sets for Heroclix that are coming out, this one I'm pretty hyped about. It's Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's coming out before the Future Foundation, right?
No, Future Foundation first.
What?
I think so, yeah.
DC fans, I feel so sorry for you guys. Anyways, well, Wonder Woman, okay, it's going to come out afterwards, but I want to talk about it first.
Yeah.
It looks cool because it was, I guess, supposed to time with the Wonder Woman 84 release, but I think that was pushed back again too. So it'll come out beforehand most likely, but looks like a really just intricate, straight up, just like Wonder Woman set. Obviously it's going to have, some Teen Titans in there. It's going to have some Justice League. But I don't know. Sometimes the art, it's just, the sculpts are not going to look that good, but the art that they use, they look really good, right?
Yeah, you have some of the translucent effects. Like one of the chases they previewed was Mary Marvel with all the lightning coming out, and then I think there's 12 chases in this set.
That's insane.
And then you have objects as well, so that helps the secondary market. So if you just want to buy blind boosters like an idiot, you'll probably get some value out of the boosters. And then like the X-Men set before it, the team up cards are coming back, so you'll get some value in each pack that way too.
Yeah, they're doing team ups and sidekicks, right? So
sidekicks I think are Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So you'll get some of those DC sidekicks. Like probably a lot of the Teen Titans might have that sidekick feature, which we don't know how it works yet, but I like the secret identity stuff in Spider-Man, so hopefully they do a good job with the sidekicks.
So the secret identity like aspect, Craig, it's kind of like you have a character come in that's like, say, Miles Morales, and he's only like
he's the 25. Only one that does not have secret identity.
I know, well, that's what I'm saying. But he's like 25 points. But then you can bring him in as Spider-Man, and after before he dies, and he's like he has 3 clicks of like amazing things that's only he can do as Spider-Man. Yeah. So it's kind of like it's a play mechanic that you can use to have more.
It's like point denial.
Yeah.
For another extra 3 clicks.
Yeah. No, well, now actually, don't you get the full points though of the character you bring in along with the secret identity character?
No, you get it's another 25 points. So they have to kill. I think I think they have to kill the superhero version to get points for both of the civilian and the superhero. But like they usually come in and they do other stuff. So it's a good mechanic. That I think Mary Jane into Marvella is one of the more popular combos. Well, and then we also have more Fantastic Four in the Future Foundation set, which fills a lot of holes that were missing in the previous set that came out earlier this summer. So we'll have a lot of the kids from the Future Foundation. I'm hoping we get Power Pack. A lot of the heroes in their white Future Foundation suits that were missing from the previous set, and then things like what's the storyline with the Silver Surfer carrying like a mace in his board of the shield? Yeah,
that's a callback to the old Planet Hulk.
Planet Hulk, okay. But I thought so. So they have that coming, and then they haven't previewed too much, but we're definitely getting some more stuff from Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll probably get Surfer Black. We'll get the Watcher. I think they showed a picture of him, didn't they?
Yeah, they showed Uatu. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm sure we're gonna get just a bunch of other cool ass cosmic characters and heralds that we didn't see yet. So.
Yep. Yeah, and then what also came out this past week was the foot tall Galactus. That's you just straight up buy him. He was gonna be a limited edition prize for a summer tournament event at your local shop, but pandemic changed the plans, so he retails for like 100. I think a lot of shops are selling him for 90. But yeah, he's like literally a foot tall and a lot higher quality than most of the Clix, and pretty detailed. Has
he looks like
effects.
He looks like a statue.
Yeah, he looks like a statue.
That shit sounds awesome. Like I'm already thinking about like, yo, where would I put
yeah, I mean,
that
he
at?
would fit. He's probably the same scale as a lot of your statues behind you, and the quality is really good. And you can play him. He has like a cool feature you can play called a Herald Dial, where he sits on the sideline, and then you have a character that's 150 points or less on the board that will get power cosmic from him, and some of his powers. And then there's like a countdown of when Galactus appears, or if you can run across a map to your opponent's starting area, and it's almost like getting, what is it, in checkers where you king someone. If you run over there and do an action, you can bring out Galactus. And so yeah, it has some cool mechanics going with the gameplay.
Sounds dope.
And the big thing with Wiz Kids, they like to kind of like sorry to make this a little bit of a theme, like to like do circle jerk on the history. They take a lot of pride in like this is what, the 4th, 5th iteration of Galactus, right?
4th, I think. Yeah, because there's the original one that was that a prize.
I think it was a prize. Yeah.
Then they have the Galactic Guardians one. And then they had a convention zombie version, and then now this one.
Yeah. So was that 4 or 5?
That's 4.
Yeah, but they like to kind of redo things, but do it way bigger, which is cool. But then sometimes it's kind of repetitive. They always put a few kinks in it to make it a little more fresh for players that still have been around. Sean and I have only been playing since like what, 2010.
Yeah,
that's still 10 years. So you can't just say like only 10 years. 10 years is still a long time.
Yeah,
I know, but it's crazy to think that I've been playing this game that long. But I guess, yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, the 20th anniversary of the game's coming up soon in what, a year or two. And then
insane.
To talk crap about WizKids adjacent, both me and Paul had to deal with a trader who like all of WizKids, their judges are volunteers, but this one judge is just, he'll yank your chain and then keeps on making excuses of not sending your shit out in a trade. So it took me 3 months to get my stuff, and then Paul's dealing with that right now too. And this guy is just, yeah.
That sucks.
So were you doing online trades for like your old like Pokemon stuff, or was it just trades like in person?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh no. When I was into Pokemon, like, yeah, you guys are about as old as I am. Like nobody had computers. Nobody had cell phones. I think everybody had like beepers. So there was no like online trade. And plus I was teased. I want to say I was but I think I was into it between like the ages of like 11 and like 14. Like those like 3 or 4 years. And so I didn't have any money. I didn't have any transportation. I didn't have anything. So no, like I just had to trade with people through word of mouth or whatnot. And yeah, it was fun, but at the same time, it just got really bad. It got really bad.
What kind of, were you using pagers back in the day when you had to like do numerical. This is before the actual text. So if you want to say let's meet, you'd say 73751773337.
I wish, but by the time I was able to get my own pager, they stopped it. They stopped being a thing. So by the time I was like, yeah, I got a pager, it was like nobody else had a pager. So I was like, okay, well, I guess this is dead now. Yeah.
Well, I'm older than both of you guys, so yeah, I could say that's something we did.
Really?
It sounds like Morse code, but it's really not.
Right. It's it was like I said, it was fun. I got in trouble a lot because my mom didn't like the fact that we were so into Pokemon. I mean, she didn't mind it, but she didn't like the fact that like we had people knocking on our doors like every other 5 minutes, like knocking on our windows, trying to make a trade or trying to buy something from us, trying to sell something to us, or wanting to. I mean, she didn't know that we were shooting dice for Pokemon cards because she would have not been okay with that. But yeah, it was fun. So like I got out and I was cool. Then like 2 years ago, my son is like, "Hey, I like Pokemon," and I was like, "Oh God, it's coming back." Luckily, he was only into it for like 7 or 8 months, and I was like, "All right, cool." Like now he doesn't care about it anymore. I'm like, "Good, it's out of the house, whatever." It's part of the reason why I never got into Pokemon Go. I was just like, yeah, I think I downloaded it because I was like, I like the concept. But then I started playing it, and I was like, no. I'm not doing this again. So I think I had to have my phone for all of 2 days. And then I was just like, yeah, nah, I'm straight. I played enough Pokemon games. I'm good. Yeah.
And what's their tagline? Just collect them all. It's like
Gotta
so
catch
evil.
them all. Yeah.
Catch them all. Catch them all.
It's genius because I know, well, what company owns Pokemon? I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but
isn't it Bandai? No.
It's some random. I think that's like the only thing they do. But probably
my son's Pokemon cards are over there, but I don't want to touch them.
Yes.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, what's up?
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good. How are you?
Good. Long time no see.
Yeah, dude. Good to have you back, man.
Yeah, thanks. Good to be back.
Welcome back to Civilization.
Yeah. After 25 days.
Shit, man. So shit. We were just talking about addiction, the addiction of Heroclix, how we can be your group. We can be your sponsor, to help get you through it and continue playing the game. And
yeah. I know. I just played my first game in like a year, but still was buying for the entire year.
What was that like?
It was different. I was only like my third or fourth game with the new rules, so I had to keep checking the PAC, and I never usually used to, but
dude, I do it anyways, just to stall and just to gain a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Nobody likes those people.
That's a strategy for sure.
So Craig knows what the PAC is now because he has one. Put it upside down. What page? Dude, Alan taught me how to do that.
Alan.
You bring out the rule book.
I
don't have my glasses.
He has that thing memorized. Come on.
Happy birthday, Alan, if you're listening.
Yeah. Cheers.
Old OG Heroclix player that we've all played with, minus Craig. But Craig, you're going to be the next generation, bro.
We will see.
To the next 10 years. So one thing you missed, Paul, was we're pointing out how Sean and I have only been playing the game of Heroclix for 10 years. He's all, 10 years? That's a long time.
He's like, yeah, it's only been 10 years. Like, okay, yeah, because 10 years is not 10 years.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's still a long time, but the game's been around for, 20 now? 21?
You've been playing
almost 20.
Almost the very beginning, haven't you, Paul?
Yeah, Clobburn time. So that was like the second or third set. Yeah.
So the second or third set, was it comic based or was it other stuff?
It was comic based. I mean, whether it's Infinity Challenge was the first Marvel, and then I forget if Clobbering Time came before the first DC Hyper Time, or if it came after. So it's either the second or third. But yeah.
Dude, I feel like you have a different setup behind you now. It's like it looks to me like there's some Heroclix boxes back there that organizing.
Yeah, those are the ones I'm trying to organize and get rid of.
There you go. Dude, you have to have
Hey,
a system,
Craig, what's
man.
your address?
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
No, I went to, there were some friends that started playing again. Like, these were people that hadn't played in like 5 years. And so for the past 2 weekends, I've been going with like a bag of like 15 boosters of stuff from the last 2 sets, and then just like, I'm not leaving with these.
Dude, hey, if it's new players, they love that shit.
Yeah, it's like OG players that, they don't have anything modern. Everything's golden, so I just dropped it off. Oh, and then Paul, I was saying how we both dealt with a head judge is a shady ass trader.
Is it a head judge? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a head judge.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well,
yeah, he got hella mad when I left him negative feedback on the feedback page.
Well, if he would send promptly and, didn't take 4 months or however long.
Yeah, and wasn't an ass about it. Yeah.
Right. That too.
All right. So, we briefly talked about the new sets coming up. You excited about anything?
Wonder Woman finally getting a full set.
Yeah, 5 booster set.
Yeah. The sculpts all look good. Some equipment for DC.
Yeah,
that should be interesting as well. So.
Oh yeah, is this the first set with DC equipment? No,
no.
Batman kind of had stuff with the resources as well.
Yeah, well, Batman animated, I think.
Oh, yep.
That like 4.
Yeah, the Venom harness is still a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that looks cool. Of course, as always, House of X. So everyone's excited about X-Men, but I'm excited about the second Fantastic Four set since the embargo is over. So should help flesh out the other set, and I think it'll just make some fun team building.
Yep.
It's probably what I'm most excited for. But.
Speaking of excitement, one thing we haven't done yet is a little contest for our few but loved listeners. So I think we've gotten to a point where we have maybe 7 subscribers and 45 or 46 regular listeners. So what we're going to do for those that are listening at this point, the contest is going to be to subscribe if you are not subscribed. Hit us up on either Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and tell me what is the special prize that I'm showing you right now. So this is some things we put together here to give out to some of the fans that are listening. I wish you could see it more clear, but
yeah,
it's some NerdinIn dice.
Hey, so I'm a fan technically, so can I get in on this too? Because those dice are tight. Those dice are dope.
You're gonna.
I mean,
roll some more dice
kind
for
of
Pokemon cards.
You'd be giving it away. Speaking of your dice problem.
Yeah, those are sick. I didn't even know you had those made. Right on.
Yeah, I just had them made. I had them made along with, of course, the God Emperor Doom dice that I just finally got together. This is the other thing that we do because we're such nerds, Craig, and for the game of Heroclix, dice is a big part of it, right? So we get some custom shit done.
That's dope.
Either sell them or use them for trades. So it's a little more unique because in some ways, not a lot of people either have access to the dice makers or are creative enough or even read the books to see different shit that's available.
Right.
Yeah, so hit us up on the social media and win yourself a pair of dice, and then you can go roll against the neighborhood kids for Pokemon cards.
Yeah, you can definitely. Don't actually. I mean, you can do that. I'm not going to recommend it, but you can do it.
So the story you missed, Paul, it was pretty fantastic. It's actually epic. I really hope that a lot of listeners hear this. It's kind of like the secret origin story of Craig's bad like evil ways of being a collector.
I had a really, really bad Pokemon addiction when Pokemon first came out. And I did a lot of, I already explained it, but I did a lot of things I wasn't proud of for Pokemon cards.
He didn't say he jumped people for their collections with his brothers.
But he jumped people.
I cannot confirm nor deny said allegations, allegedly.
And then the end of the story is he had this incredible collection that probably we've seen other people sell on eBay, like just stolen from him. So it's like
at the end of my run of collecting them, I just I stopped caring about them and had I just put them up somewhere, and then they probably would have been worth a lot of goddamn money now, dude. But somebody stole them. And I was just like, you know what? I feel like I had that coming, so that's fair. Congrats to that person.
Whatever it takes to win, right?
Right. I was like, you know what? I'm out. My hands are clean. I will find another addiction.
Yeah, cold turkey's the way to go, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we talked about the different Heroclix sets. I'm assuming, Paul, you're most excited about the Future Foundation?
Oh yeah, the next Fantastic Four for sure. Yeah, that one looks good. More heralds, more of the children that I think people were expecting to be in the first set. More villains as well. I think they had Intelligentsia, or forget what group they showed on the side of the box there.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think you might be right.
Yeah. So it looks like another wizard, possibly. So one in the last set was great. More Doom, Daddy Doom.
Yep. Yeah. So it's sad whenever I see a Doom that does have the Fantastic Four keyword every once in a while. It's sad that in this case it's going to be most likely kind of the slightly lobotomized MR Doom. But, it's cool. He's going to have some kind of cool synergy with Valeria, which is always nice. But.
For sure. Yeah. No. Yeah, I love that duo.
He's just like walking around, a creeper in the house, just shows up out of nowhere. Hey, what's going on? Hey, Uncle Doom. Hey, Uncle Vic.
Yeah, more Doom's always good. I wonder if they're going to have infamous Iron Man, though.
Dude, they got him, man. I mean, it's like, come on. They probably won't. They'll because I think it's such a cool character. They can always show him somewhere else. But
yeah, I just read all the last of the Jason Aaron regular Thor series, and the Doom that appears in that one. Yeah, he's like super OP.
Dude, isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah, he puts even God Emperor Doom to shame. Like that guy is like, if they had that iteration of Doom, that'd be crazy as a chase.
Craig, what do you know about Dr. Doom?
A lot. I love Doom.
So this Doom version, he has like Fing Fang Foom.
Okay.
It's like these dragons, and then he has all of Doctor Strange's powers.
Which version of Doom is this?
It's like this future version of him.
Is he in the comics, or is it like some Heroclix exclusive shit?
No, it's in the comics.
What?
Yeah, he's
what
a
else did he
Sorcerer
have?
Supreme.
Wait.
Iron Fist.
What was this run called that had
Iron? Yeah.
No, this is just. So, do you care if I spoil minor stuff?
No, shoot.
So at the So Jason Aaron does a lot of stuff with King Thor, which is like way out in the future, like towards like the end of the universe type of stuff. Right. So it's him, it's Old Man Wolverine with the Phoenix power, and then out of nowhere, Doom shows up. He's a Sorcerer Supreme. He has the Iron Fist.
You know what? I think I started to read that, and I just
and then
lost track of it.
He has like 3 or 4 things, and yeah, so he's just like the villain at the end of the universe with Thor and Wolverine. So he becomes immortal somehow, and
I gotta go back and finish that because I don't think I'm fairly certain I've seen like pictures of it, but like I think I started that whatever run that was in. I think I started it. I don't think I got to where Doom showed up, and now I'm a little bit mad about that because that's hell's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's those 3, and then I think Loki, he gets the all black, and he's like trolling Thor at the end of the universe too.
I mean, what else would he do, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he like makes Ego basically kill himself, and then gets the all black from Ego, and then goes and trolls Thor.
I'm trying to look it up now. I need to find that because I might put Empire on hold to go read that because that's.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. Jason Aaron's.
I mean, I love Jason Aaron. Jason Aaron is fucking amazing. I love Jason Aaron.
It's so it's the run after the Jane Thor run, so it's only like 16 issues. Wait, no, it might be more than that. Maybe 20 something issues, but it's the one right before the King Thor run, and then the Donny Cates stuff is the current run. Okay. So it's not too distant from the current run.
I mean, it's probably already collected, so yeah, that'll make that.
Oh, for sure, it's definitely collected.
It's in trade. I read it in digital trade. Yeah.
So he's writing Avengers now, though, right?
Jason Aaron?
Yes. Yeah, and I think
it sounds similar to what he was doing with the most recent run with the Moon Knight.
Yeah, it definitely plays on that.
Avengers, right?
Yes.
Jason Aaron created. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm behind on Avengers. I need to go read that stuff.
Yeah, I think Jason Aaron kind of like picked up a lot of the legacy notes, all the different types of storylines they're kicking around. It's like, Avengers Through Time and everything. But Jason Aaron, dude, when he does it, he just does it. It's so poignant. It's so smart. Like but he also has, I think, what makes him different from a writer like Hickman. Hickman has this idea that's so grand and big, but Aaron is able to kind of make it feel like a smaller story that's compact, like very more like relatable, like human to human. And that's what I liked about the connection between King Thor and Wolverine Phoenix, Logan Phoenix, or whatever you want to call it. But the way they talk about time and history, but then they kind of bring you back to the simple times, like.
I gotta find out what that shit's called. I don't remember, but I'm probably gonna buy that shit tonight because I need to read this.
Yeah, Jason Aaron's entire run was good because even before the Jane Thor stuff, the regular Thor, before he became unworthy Thor, it had the God Butcher storyline, and that actually
was good.
So if you like that, you're gonna love the rest of the run, and then like with the God Butcher and like symbiote and null related stuff, that's all coming back out with Donny Cates stuff that he's doing in his titles right now. So yeah, highly recommend.
I just read not long ago. I forget, it was an event. I don't remember what it was called, but it was the Dark Elves were like attacking Earth.
Oh yeah, that's all part of the Jason Aaron stuff.
Yeah.
The War of Realms stuff.
Yeah, War of Realms. Yeah. I think that's the last. I think it's the last Aaron thing that I read. I think this year at some point. Yeah, and that was.
Yeah, so that coincides with the last trade of the regular Thor run of Jason Aaron.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna make that happen.
And I was surprised they weren't like sued or anything by like it almost looked like Warcraft kind of like style, like straight up like they bit off the whole kind of way the color scheme and even the way the font is used. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking about what you were saying, Sean. I think with the with All Black and Null, I think in the Jason Aaron book. I'm not sure which issue it is, but it is with God Butcher on the cover, and he's fighting Thor, and he has all black. That book is being sold. Have you seen, Paul? Or do you pay attention to any like speculator market? There's that one book that is supposedly now being considered the first appearance of Noel, because they do like this whole kind of like, they show a callback to All Black and like someone talking, and supposedly that's like the first appearance of Noel. They're selling that, like people are selling that book like not just CGC, but like even just like the just unslabbed raw book that's considered almost like near mint for like $500, $600.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, what, that book's probably like 5-6 years old?
Not that long. I think I'm sure I have it. Hold on, let me find it.
Yeah, I want to say like between 6 and 8 years. Wait, no, it's not that long. No, it's not that long. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So a lot of the null related stuff is, you know, God Butcher kind of brought a lot of that back to the forefront.
Yeah.
Because null's, I think, been around for a while in the background, and then he's just now, you know, taking place as one of the main villains.
Yeah, when he showed up in Venom.
Yeah, so no, that'll be fun. I'm just about to jump into all the Donny Cates Venom and Thor stuff, so you know. Yeah, with comics, I almost go through phases. Like I won't touch them for like half a year, and then the last 2 nights I've read like 5 or 6 trades. So.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do. Like I'll tell myself I'll wait for some of the single issues to build or wait for trades, and then what ends up happening is I won't read anything for a few months. Well, I'll read manga, but I won't read any like, you know, Marvel or DC for like, you know, months, and then I'll see like an image from something randomly somewhere, whether it's Twitter or Instagram or something. Then I'll be like, oh, and then, you know, 5 or 6 months straight, I'm sitting there just binge reading everything that I can.
Yeah, and then like I don't know, you guys always give me crap on group chat about getting Marvel Unlimited, but like, yeah, if you don't have the budget to just buy single issues and drop like $400 at the comic shop every 2 weeks or whatever, yeah, local libraries with Hoopla and Overdrive and some of the other, you know, digital services, you can legally read trades on digital, and then a lot of libraries, especially in bigger cities, they have full runs in trade of semi-recent comics, so that's an option. Otherwise, for what Unlimited is $6 a month or something like that.
For Marvel Unlimited, right?
Yeah, it's like $6 or $8, and then DC Universe is going to become digital comics only, I think, next year, but right now you can read a lot of their older stuff in digital form too.
I haven't even heard that.
Yeah, after AT&T bought it, I think it was last month or maybe 2 months ago, they did a shakeup and gutted a lot of HBO and DC comics. So a lot of the DC streaming shows are going to HBO Max. So I'll probably get that next year when they've consolidated everything.
Right. I'll probably get it when season 3 of Harley Quinn drops. That's probably the only thing I'm probably going to watch on there.
Oh yeah, that and Doom Patrol are my jams on.
Is Doom Patrol actually good? Like,
yeah, it's my favorite comic book show. I actually put it up above Boys, and I think it's better than Umbrella Academy also. So
really?
It's quirky. It's in that quirky genre.
Right.
But yeah, I would say it's better than both of those.
Because I'm thinking about just binge watching that because, well, one, I need a show to watch, and two,
they have 2 seasons now complete.
Yeah, my only concern is that like Titans was just so.
No, it's so much better than Titans.
Yeah,
It is so much better than Titans.
Like I watched all of Titans because I wanted to finish it, but then at the end of it, I was like, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, they even they appear in Titans for one of the episodes, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's even in that brief appearance, it's not really.
They didn't do anything. Yeah, they didn't do anything. Yeah, I don't know, man. Titans was just, man, like, and I have a friend that I work with that he was just like I didn't know anybody else that watched Titans. Everything I knew about Titans was what I've heard from the internet, so I was staying away from it. But then I had a friend, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like it's really good. It's really good. You should watch it." And I was just like, "All right, I'll give it a go." And I'm thinking, okay, well, I'll watch it. And I don't know how I made it through the two seasons they have, I think.
Yeah.
But so the friend that suggested it to me, like I wish I'd have known this beforehand, but like he watches and enjoys a lot of live action anime movies, and that should have
those are the worst.
Yeah, no, like I didn't realize that until afterwards. He was like, "Yeah, have you seen the live action, I don't know, Parasite or Full Metal Alchemist movie?" And I was like, "Yeah, us like old anime fans, we don't do it."
Yeah, I remember trying to check out the live action Attack on Titan with my brother, and we literally turned it off after 10 minutes because we could not make it through. So your friend has bad taste.
He has terrible taste, and I'm just
like everyone can like what they like, but admit it if you like bad stuff. It's
right.
Like, there's stuff that is objectively bad. Not everything is subjective. Whenever people say that on the internet, that's a bad take.
Right. Like I don't get, like me, for example, like I like watching some bad movies, but
it's bad. Like
right.
It's almost a guilty pleasure.
Right. But then there are some just like I don't have the patience for the bad like anime movies. Like I've tried a few. I think I watched I watched the Death Note one on Netflix.
Yeah, I refuse to watch that one.
It's the only reason why I would suggest it is because it's so goddamn funny how bad it is. Like it's so funny how bad it is. But I think I watched that one. I watched like 5 minutes of the Full Metal Alchemist one, and I was like, yeah, I can't do that.
Did you watch? Yeah, every animated live action has been bad. Like in the U.S., they had Dragon Ball
Evolution.
Like
I'm trying to get more of my friends to watch it because I got a lot of my friends are diehard DBZ fans, and I am as well. But like I watched it, but I knew it was going to be terrible. But it's comically bad, and so I'm trying to get my other friends to watch it. It's like, look, if you're a diehard Dragon Ball Z fan, I feel like you have to watch.
That just sounds like torture. It sounds like torture, man.
It was it was really, 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 really funny. It might be. I mean, the director came out and apologized for it a couple of years ago. Like that bad.
Yeah, I remember that. And then they also had the live action Avatar with M. Night.
I don't watch. See, the only reason why I haven't watched that is because I don't watch M. Night movies anymore. Yeah. And so, but I still kind of want to watch it just because I know it's going to be terrible. Then again, I didn't watch the Avatar show, so.
The Avatar show is now on Netflix. It came out 2 or 3 months ago on Netflix finally. I actually recommend the original Avatar show. It is better than most anime.
That's what I've been hearing. Like I know a lot of diehard anime fans that swear by that show.
It's legit. It is kid friendly too, so you can watch it with your son, and he'll probably love it. The action's good, the writing's good, the dialogue's funny. It's just good all around.
I'll maybe give it a shot. I mean, I've had people telling me to watch it for years now.
No, that's one of the few franchises where the hype is real. It's not like Omar hype, where it's hit and miss. Avatar lives up to the hype.
Paul,
yeah.
I have a question. How old's Logan now?
What's up? 3.5.
Is he into watching those kind of TV shows besides when there's TV show kids shows, right? And then there's other cartoons that maybe have different age groups that Is he into that kind of stuff yet, or is he still watching the kiddie stuff?
I mean, yeah, Into the Spiderverse is probably one of his favorite movies.
Oh, really?
But I mean, it's like that. Yeah. Oh, he loves that one. Spider-Man's like his favorite character. So.
Oh, I have a question for you. So, is he your only kid?
I have a 7-month-old.
Okay. So this works for this. So if there's anything that you're really, really into, whether it's comic book movies, comic book TV shows, or anything, like you're going to want to introduce it to them as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I would say hold off for as long as you can, because I got my son into superheroes and all that stuff. Like, I think the first 6 or 7 years of his life, he was a superhero for Halloween. Like, we watched all the TV shows. Like, we were watching like Justice League, Batman Beyond. I got him into all of that stuff. Like between the ages of like 1 and like 6 or 7. He does not give a shit about it anymore, and I'm kind of hurt because I still love that shit. He's just like, yeah. I mean, he loved Into the Spiderverse, and he loves, he likes the Marvel movies. I mean, somewhat, but he doesn't really like care for it. Like, he doesn't care for anything superhero related anymore, and it makes me sad. So, like, I feel like if I would have waited a little bit longer to get him into it, like, he would be at the age now where like we can have like a full conversation about this stuff. Because now all he wants to talk about is and I feel bad because he's like,
I think I dropped out.
He's like, can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, my bad.
I think it's just Paul froze on us. He'll be back.
But he only thing he wants to talk about now is Five Nights at Freddy's and Fortnite's character skins.
Those were both previewed on the PlayStation Showcase.
He comes to
the PS5.
Like, he came to me the other day. Like, they just did a bunch of like of the X-Men as skins on Fortnite. So he comes to me. He's like, "Hey, do you know who Storm is?" I'm like, "Yes, I've heard of that character." And like, he thought, like, I had to explain to him just like a week ago. Like, I was like, he didn't know that Wolverine and Logan were the same person. So I had to explain that to him and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, like, we can, like, I have a few different X-Men shows we can watch if you want to. And he's like, nah, I'm good.
So,
and then your heart just sunk.
Is you got the power back. You got the power back for a moment. And it's so funny how Marvel knew that, like, the Fortnite kids. Am I yelling? Oh, okay, honey. Oh, sorry, baby. Sorry, baby.
Hi, Shonda.
Love you. Everyone's saying hi to you.
We love you too, Shonda.
Okay, sweetheart. Everyone's saying hi to you right now. Just put your hand.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. Bye, honey. I'll be quiet. So, how Marvel Studios, and I mean, it's all probably coming from Feige and his group of his brain trust, his little Hydra crew. Oh, damn, all these kids, they're too cool for our shit. They need to get into it. And then recently they've did a whole new, all the skins, Marvel skins. So they're introducing Galactus, Doctor Doom, Storm.
They did it for DC as well. I think towards the beginning of the summer, they did it with DC. And so it was like really hard for me to tell him no when he was coming to me asking me if like he can get some money to get like the Batman skin or the Aquaman skin or whatever. And I was just like, I mean, sure, okay, fine. And then he just got like the pack like 2 weeks ago. I think he just got the pack with all of the X-Men skins and whatnot. And so I was like, I'm glad you're still somewhat into it, but like the way Fortnite is set up, like he's gonna forget all these characters in 2 months when the new pack comes out with a bunch of other stupid crap.
That's how they make the money, man.
They cost money, I assume.
Yeah.
It's freemium, right? So the game is free.
Yep.
And then all these cool costumes and stuff and the add-ons, that's where they make your money.
That's where, like, it's to the point where, like, not even just, I wouldn't even say just his friends, just those kids in general that play Fortnite. Like, if you don't have any skins for your character, they make fun of you.
That's rough.
I'm just like, I just don't care. Like, I just don't care. But yeah, so Paul, like, just try to hold off on the things that you love. So hold off on getting them into the things that you love till they get maybe a little bit older, and then be like, hey, look, how do you like this? And I hope for your benefit, they also like it, because they could be like, yeah, no, we don't like this shit at all.
Right. Like, no, he ain't cool.
Craig, your microphone's doing that thing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's that and Legos. I mean, he's all in the Legos. So
yeah, my son has he doesn't play with them. He doesn't play with them anymore, but he has probably a Lego case the size of the length of like a door, and maybe about that thick. That's like under his bed, and I tried to give it away 4 or 5 times, but he claims he still plays with them. He does not play with them.
Yeah, that's crazy. Every generation is different, Like
right.
You want to like have your kids and your nieces and your nephews be into the shit you're into, but shit, man, they're just going to be into what they're into. And it's especially, I think, the age you're talking about with your son, like, yeah, you're always gonna be dad, but the shit that matters is the things that he sees every day. Is he at school now, or is he still
he's still virtual. He's doing
okay.
The 1 day a week, but for the most part, it was mostly virtual.
Damn. Well, I mean, at least they're doing some kind of socialization, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine for kids that age right now, because they don't have the patience, right? They're into the instant gratitude, like just.
Yep. Thankfully he's doing pretty well. He's like having trouble in like a class or two, but for the most part he's doing pretty good. That's why I think that him, even if it's only 1 day, the 1 day of him going and actually being in school will really help. The only weird part is that he's going to be in school, but he's going to have his laptop with him at school, so he's going to be doing virtual learning in the classroom. I don't know how the hell that's supposed to work, but his first day is Thursday, so I guess we'll see.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, Craig, you did mention Spiderverse. So what was it, last week? They had some casting news about the upcoming Spider-Man 3 movie with Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. He's going to appear in it. And they also cast Jamie Foxx as Electro. So the internet lost their damn minds because a possibility of a live action Spiderverse might be on the horizon, because we know that Doctor Strange is going to have a multiverse movie, and that and WandaVision might be multiverse related. And then we know that Jamie Foxx was in Andrew Garfield's version of Spider-Man. So if he's coming into this, and the rumors are like, what if Toby came back, and then you had both of them with Tom Holland with villains from the previous movies, like yeah, that's gonna be cooler than Endgame, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like I would. I mean, I'm here for it. The only issue I have is like, well, it's the MCU, so I know that they'll fix Jamie Foxx Electro, because I'm not a fan of Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies at all. Like, they were both just terrible. But it's the MCU, so I imagine, like, if they weren't going to fix them, I would hope it would just be like a cameo. Like, here's 10 seconds. Here's this character from this movie. Hopefully it'll be that. Hopefully it's not like, oh, he's a full fleshed out character in this movie, and it's still the same one from, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I would not be okay with that. But it's the MCU. Usually they get their shit together. So, I'm hyped. Like, a Spider-Verse movie would be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So one other thing too, like Boss Logic, he's like one of my favorite artists out of Australia. He's a concept artist from Marvel, and he threw up a teaser, and this was for Electro, and it was actually it had Jamie Foxx in the kind of a version of the yellow and green costume, which again the nerds lost their mind, and Sam Raimi liked it. Jamie Foxx liked it, like everybody loved it. And again, so Boss Logic, he has access to all the shit because he is a regular Marvel Studios concept artist. So it's like, I feel the way the internets are, they leak out a little bit of information, but just a few snippets. The fact that Sam Raimi, he is involved in the next film, right, for Spider-Man, that's confirmed, right, Sean?
Is that I thought it was a rumor.
I thought it was a rumor too.
Yeah.
Really?
Who's the director for the multiverse? The Doctor
Strange one? I forgot.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know off the top.
I heard that might be Sam Raimi, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think you're right.
Oh no, I think you might be right on that. Yeah, or at least a producer.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm bringing this up and thinking about it is there's a site that I often, or like a podcast, YouTube video that I subscribe to called Everything Awesome, and he's super corny and nerdy and cool kid that brings up concepts and ideas, but then also makes the connections to them. One of the connections he made was similar to what you're saying, Sean, that they're bringing someone from the old Spider-Man films, the old Fox films. And then they're also, what they also did too, right? In the last Tom Holland Spider-Man, they brought back the J. Jonah Jameson, which was a different version of him, right? Because he was like an older version. And they're talking about all the possibilities of how, just because of maybe Wanda jacking shit up, Scarlet Witch jacking things up. And then, of course, what we may see with Doctor Strange, like all that shit's going to tie together.
So Sam Raimi is a director. I just looked it up.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Like, I didn't know that. Like, that's
a big deal, because Sam Raimi, dude, he's like, okay, as much as this stuff was kind of corny, we look back at him, watch it. It was good at the time.
I mean,
I'll make the argument that the first two still hold up. I think
the first two are still amazing fucking movies.
They're still better than most of the MCU stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they are cheesy, but like, there's a legit argument that Spider-Man 2 by Sam Raimi is one of the best superhero films, like top 10.
That movie is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, what they did with the villain treatment for Doc Ock. I mean, that guy.
You were sympathetic to him, even though he was an
award-winning actor. So, like, I mean, this is a guy that is like, he's been in Frida. He's been in so many big films. To be able to pull off those, they were pioneering in being able to bring on like really good quality actors and do dramatic films. At that time, this is like, again, almost like 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
And then the most recent Doctor Strange run I read was Jason Aaron, which was fun. I never really read Doctor Strange before that, so yeah, I'm excited what Raimi brings to that, and if he'll give some touches of horror into that, that'll be chef's kiss.
I feel like as long as the MCU Marvel as long as they let him do what he wants to do for the most part, like I feel like it'll probably be the best Marvel movie, honestly. That shit, like I'm really excited about that. But so is Wanda supposed to be in that movie as well?
No, Wanda's have you seen the WandaVision trailer yet?
Yeah.
It's pretty trippy, and we all know from the comics with like what House of M, like she can literally reshape reality. So the speculation is that with Vision being alive in WandaVision, is this a multiverse type of thing, or she's messing with reality at some level? So
my only question about that is, I didn't mean to cut you off, Sean, sorry. You think Marvel would let what happens in the shows affect the movies, not the other way around?
Because what was it? Jeff Loeb was in charge of Marvel TV, and he is no longer the head of that. Like Feige has full control of the TV shows now. Because Loeb and Feige like hated each other
for obvious reasons.
So Feige never let the previous the Netflix stuff bleed into the movies. He's just like, no. I think Shield tried to, they tried to react to the movies and had little cameos here and there. But now Feige controls the TV. So the Loki show, WandaVision, and Falcon and Winter Soldier, those are directly coming off of Endgame. So And going forward, these shows could potentially affect the upcoming movies.
See, that's I'm excited about that because that would be
and that's part of the reason why Disney had a special on a 3-year subscription to Disney Plus, and part of the reason was the announcement of these shows. So that with The Mandalorian is what sold me on Disney Plus. So I'm very excited about WandaVision and the possibility of a live action Spider-Verse. That will be hype. Like, because Spider-Man outsells everything. Like, all the other superheroes combined do not sell as much as Spider-Man sells. So that will be gangbusters.
Right.
I think also too, we're seeing, especially with the pandemic, that film is different, right? You can't plan for.
Sorry, here you go.
All right.
You can't plan for things, right? It's just unforeseen.
Well, we couldn't plan for that.
No, not at all. I thought I was bad. Well, Paul, we love you. It was so good to have you for a little bit. But with film like Tenet, right? It was released and it did okay, but it was, again, a film that was intended to be made to be seen on the big screen, which we all were excited for.
Mulan.
You have an auteur. Yeah, you have an auteur that's like use certain type of expensive technology. They're never going to get their money back.
Right.
And now you're seeing studios like Paramount sell current projects that have not been released. Like I think Coming to America 2, it's now going to be released by Amazon. So that's news I just read about today, and I'm super excited about it because I think streaming is just the only way that safely and that people will feel comfortable with, and you're going to see actually money come into it.
And Disney just announced that they're accelerating their straight-to-home video production. So they're going to go big into that, and that just that was announced last week or so the biggest entertainment company is investing more into that because they know that the landscape has changed.
Right. I do know that I saw just actually today I was talking about it with a couple of other friends, and AMC is offering people to like rent out the entire theater for a screening for like $100.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, damn! That's like a fire. That's like a fire sale. That's like a fire sale. It's only like
select movies or whatnot, but like I'm fairly certain like a lot of the newer movies are going to be available. So it's like $100.
I mean, they were talking about bankruptcy half a year ago, so
right.
they're struggling for money. And then I think Regal just officially closed all their U.S. operations.
Yeah, man, it's sad.
I don't think
that sucks.
They're paused, and we don't know when they're going to open. But yeah, theaters all around, like they're it's almost like a dying breed already. And then with this. Yeah, because I used to have Movie Pass, and then I had the Regal Pass, and I was that idiot at the theater 5 times a week, watching just everything that came out.
I was they have the $5 matinees here.
I used to do that too.
On I think it was on like Tuesdays for here, and I was at the movie theater like every Tuesday, like watching a movie. So. Yeah, I miss the theaters. It's nothing like it, and I'm hoping this whole pandemic shit. We get a handle on this shit next year at some point, and we can get back to the new normal at some point. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna miss that. There's nothing like watching a superhero movie or one of those big action movies on a big screen. Like there's nothing like it.
There is nothing like it.
Yeah, for sure. Like I was really excited about Wonder Woman 84 coming out, and then they pushed it back again too, right? So now it's gonna be not gonna be released till like 2021.
Yeah, they pushed that back. They pushed Black Widow back. Every major movie got pushed back because They're investing, in some of these movies, at least 200 million before marketing.
Yeah.
And so if you're not making that money back, that's just and you got some of these studios have 4 or 5 or maybe up to 8 a year of these major blockbusters. That's just a debt that
it's insane.
no company can take on.
And let alone when you release it globally first, especially if the global market isn't prepared for it, you're obviously knowing that you're going to lose a lot of money to pirating. So, because once you let it out, then you see your film in the US on a fucking VHS, not a VHS, but on a fucking cell phone version of it. And it's and it's leaked on all the different, the different black sites.
Yeah. And even with the rise of the global box office, your largest market is still the US. You need the US to make up half of your receipts. Otherwise your film's gonna barely make even or flop.
Right.
Yeah, and the American market also.
Yeah, there's certain movies like Star Wars that just never took off globally. You have to have the US market. Yeah,
for sure. I think the US is though it's not necessarily been the greatest country to live in or be in or have the best rapport with our people, especially the last 4 years around the world. We've been tastemakers, so you can't do that if you're the last one to watch your own film.
Right.
Yeah, because Tenet was released worldwide before the US.
Yeah, so I'm still excited about watching the movie. I'm still not going to go watch it in the next few months. I believe they're going to have it streaming in the next few months, though, they said.
Yeah.
Along with the similar to what you're saying, a lot of other films. They're New Mutants should actually be out streaming already, right? Isn't it available?
Is it out streaming
for purchase?
No, we were just talking. Me and Randy were talking about it.
I think it is streaming somewhere. I think I had a talk to a friend about that said she watched it already. Yes, I think it might be streaming already.
Yeah, so I mean that movie was initially they're using that as a test for Marvel, Disney, whatever, to see if people are ready to go to the theaters, and they're not. So
yeah,
I mean it's to the extent where again, you're seeing the return of the drive-ins.
Yeah,
I mean,
do you remember
I'm just the drive-ins seem cool, but at this point, I'd rather just watch at home, rather than sitting in my car. I hate being in my car, and so so a drive-in just doesn't seem like.
Yeah, I want the 31-piece sound system, vibrating my seat.
I got invited to go to watch a couple horror movies down in Baltimore at a drive-in, and I was just I don't drive-ins don't sound appealing to me at all. And so, I just can't do that. I'm you know what? I'd rather watch it. I feel like I got a decent enough TV, and I have, a surround sound system. I'll watch it here. I'll just wait.
Yeah. In other movie news, I think today's news was they cast Anya Taylor-Joy as a young Furiosa in the upcoming spinoff of Mad Max Fury Road, and then Chris Hemsworth is also cast in the movie, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. Okay, I had to read that because I always. So yeah, we have Thor and Black Manta also in that movie. So, as we all know, Jay's favorite movie is Fury Road. So I'm excited to see what. Is he 80 something now? Almost 90. George Miller, yeah,
he's an old dude, but I mean, come on, man, he's a survivor.
No, Fury Road was amazing.
For sure,
it was. I didn't even see the other Mad Max movie, and I watched Fury Road, and I greatly enjoyed it. I routinely scream "Witness Me" at just random occasions all the fucking time. Especially playing Borderlands. Sean, you know how Borderlands is basically
Yep.
Like I'm in the process of like playing Borderlands 3, and like I'm just gonna witness me all the damn time. So like, yeah, I'm psyched for it. I'm like gonna be dope.
Yeah, Fury Road's one of those few sequels that is better than everything that came before it, and just with all the practical effects, like you don't see such a well choreographed action sequence in a lot of the stuff these days. A lot of the directors, even Christopher Nolan, as much as I love him, like does too much jump cutting in the action sequences. So
yeah, I've kind of taken a turn on like, well, if I'm watching a movie and it has a lot of jump cuts, like if I'm home watching it, I'll probably turn that shit off. Depending on like if the story is really, really good, but the action has a whole shit ton of jump cuts, I'll power through. But if the story is just mediocre and has a bunch of jump cuts, I'm turning that crap off. Like I'm good.
yeah,
Can't do it.
Yeah, it's like you know, The Matrix and John Wick, you know, they don't cut away because, you know, Keanu was, you know, trying to train and do the stuff for real. Tom Cruise's stuff, you know, he's trying to do for real. So yeah, there's a real appreciation for stunts that are planned out and you can see the whole fight sequence or the car chase or whatever. It's a rare thing now. It's almost becoming a lost art.
Right. It just seems like it'll be like, I mean, I don't know anything about movie making, but to me, it just seems like it's more of a hassle to do all those damn jump cuts. It just seems like more of a hassle to me. But not everybody is Tom Cruise or Keanu Reeves, so.
Yeah, so yeah, George Miller, hope he does this thing. Let's see. What else?
Got the official release date for WandaVision.
Okay.
Disney Plus, yeah, November 27th. So I am extremely excited about it. Like, I didn't mean to watch the trailer. Like, as you guys know, I don't watch trailers. I didn't mean to watch it, but I was just like, well, you know, whatever. And yeah, no, it's hype. So I watched the trailer for that, and then I was like, well, I already seen the trailer for WandaVision. I might as well watch the Mandalorian trailer. And I was like, fuck, I shouldn't watch that.
They just dropped a second Mandalorian trailer, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch that because it's only 2 weeks out. I'm just gonna probably wait.
When was that?
Might have been today or yesterday.
Wait,
no. I'm sorry. I probably just read an old article
about.
Let me see. Let me confirm.
Well, what did you ask? Omar, I didn't hear you.
What's up, bro?
I said I didn't hear what you asked.
Oh, I asked if there was a new Mandalorian trailer.
No, I think it's today. It dropped today, the second one. Yeah, it just dropped today. I haven't watched it yet, though, so I do not want to know anything else about the season. Like, yeah, I used to watch everything I could, interviews, trailers before the stuff, but after I got, like, Movie Pass and Regal Pass, like, just going blind into a movie, yeah, you definitely get some surprises. And
You do.
Yeah.
But it's different. It's a different time, right? Like, even now, like, we have streaming shows like The Boys. It's only been out for, 4 months, but it feels like it's been out for, like, a year because they've positioned certain episodes to come on, like, in little pods, and then they release them weekly to kind of get the mix to see probably what's the best model for the most, I guess, return on investment for them. I don't know.
I think I really, really like believe that Netflix needs to adopt that model. Like, I feel like, so let's say for the Marvel Netflix shows, like Daredevil season 3 could have been a lot bigger than it was if they did that show on a week-to-week basis. Because that's I think the third season of Daredevil was probably some of my favorite television, like, period. And I feel like that season was so fucking good that I feel like they should have, you know, release it on a week-to-week basis. Just do the same thing the Boys did. Give us the first 3 episodes in one night, and then the rest of them just drag it out week to week. And I feel like it would have brought more hype to the show because it definitely fucking deserved it. But yeah, them releasing it all in one go, like everybody binge watched it, and then after 2 weeks, nobody was talking about it anymore. And I feel like that's killing a lot of Netflix shows. And then,
yeah, because I remember when I was watching Mr. Robot, and part of the fun of the show was going on Reddit afterwards on the subreddit,
Right.
and people will dissect the show and get all the Easter eggs and talk about stuff, and then speculate about what might happen this upcoming season. So you get a whole week of that talk about a certain episode, and that it actually builds more hype.
Yep.
And then like if there's like a real big moment that happens out of nowhere, like people are just like super excited. And
because especially like, wait, did both of you guys watch the third season of Daredevil?
No, I haven't yet, but it's on my watch.
I want to spoil it then.
I can mute myself.
I won't spoil it. There's like Omar, you saw it, right?
I'm pretty sure I did.
All right, so there's a scene where it takes place in the third season, like a real big pivotal scene that takes place inside of Karen's newspaper like office she works in. Is like a real big fight there that ends on like a crazy note that if they would have gave that like a week to breathe for another episode, like it would have made the show, like just that episode alone, I feel like would have made the show like that much more popular. But I don't know. I think that's also what's leading to like Netflix just canceling shows so damn fast nowadays. And it sucks.
I think that could be it. I also think that representation is a big deal because like Daredevil, for everything that he is, he's a cool character historically, but really, right, he's like an Irish redheaded ninja. So he's like a white ninja. And I'm kind of leaning in here on what I guess people on the internet are all pissed off about with Cleopatra being this new Cleopatra movie that is going to be by Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot, who they worked together on Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 84. Representation matters in this time and this day and age. So I think, not to say that the success of Daredevil or Iron Fist was because it was like white actors, which we know in comic book lore in the 70s and 80s, it was all just white comic book superheroes, right? And we've only seen some changes in the last, I don't know how many years now. I can't count back that many times, but I've been reading comic books all my life. So I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's cool that you're actually going to have a Middle Eastern person play Cleopatra. I think Cleopatra's always been played by like a white woman, or in some B movies like a black woman. But like, I'm into history. I'm really into history. Like, I love like Penguin books, how they write about history based off of not fact, but based off of things that are proven. That's what Penguin Books does. And according to the source material that I've read from, it seems like Cleopatra is more Macedonian than Egyptian, because they were the power center at the time, which was based off of like Alexander the Great. So Macedonians are like the ancient Greeks. So Wonder Woman, Greek, I don't know. It's like the same shit.
I mean, I say my Cleopatra knowledge is very minimal. Actually, you know what? I think I got most of my Cleopatra knowledge from Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I think you run into her in Assassin's Creed. What was the last Assassin's Creed?
Origins?
No, the one after Origins. I played it for like 130 hours and I can't remember the damn name. It's the one that right. It's the one that takes place in ancient like Greece. God. Whatever. Anyway, you run into Cleopatra in the game and she's like at a party and she's like, "Hey, who wants to have sex with me?" And the guys are like, "Yeah, me." But she's like, "Oh, but if you like, you can have sex with me, but like you're gonna get beheaded tomorrow if you have sex with me." And the guys are like, "Never mind."
Like, is she, the character design, is she black?
I don't know what she's supposed to be. She looks like some Middle Eastern or something. She's not black. She's Middle Eastern or something. Yeah.
Yeah, we briefly touched upon her in history class, and I watched that show Rome on HBO, which was like at the time their biggest blockbuster show, and I think they went way over budget, and then they had to condense the second season into a finale season. But yeah, Cleopatra's briefly in that.
Wait, so it only had 2 seasons?
Yeah, it's a good show. It's a good show.
Is there some good boning scenes?
I mean, it's HBO.
Yeah, so it's kind of expected if it's HBO.
Yeah, but yeah, they had Cleopatra and Mark Antony and other stuff in there. So, but yeah,
Was she black in that? Was she portrayed by a black character in that?
no, she was kind of Middle Eastern looking. I think it was. It might have been a French actress playing her, but I mean, she was brown skinned. So, and then I'm sure our other Craig, the host of our Jeopardy episodes, loves Gal Gadot. So,
I mean, she is kind of awesome. So,
no, the other Craig hates her.
Oh, he does. He hates her. Oh, I thought.
Well, there's been this kind of like Natalie Portman versus Gal Gadot type of kind of beef going on between all of us, and obviously, there's no comparison, between who's the more beautiful, Iranian of the two. So,
and
yeah, the other
one team Gal. So,
Yeah, Gal is like a fine woman. The other one's like a little, little sister.
Yeah, the other Craig's always arguing how one has an Oscar and the other can't act. So.
I think actually that may be the reason why Craig doesn't come on so much ever since Chris and I were like tag teaming.
Yeah, he hasn't been on since then. It's your fault, man.
Yeah, possibly so. Possibly so.
Yeah, that's funny.
So is that it? Is that what we got?
I think we covered all the major news. I mean, they previewed the iPhone 12, blah blah blah.
I heard it doesn't come with a charger.
They are not including a charger or headphones anymore to cut down on waste.
But still want to charge $1,000 for it? Yeah, okay, Apple. All right.
It has 5G and it looks like the iPhone 5. That's all I got from the news articles.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the phone functionality is pretty awesome on the 11 Pro.
I'm team Android, so sure, okay. I'll take your word for it. I'm fine.
No, you already have all the features then.
Right. Don't I hate when an iPhone user is like, my phone can do this. It's like I've been doing that for years now. So I don't want to hear it. And so I try not to bring it up as much because I don't want to be that guy. But at the same time,
it's true.
It's
be that guy.
I mean, yeah.
Be that guy.
That shit is just, and it's not like they're bad phones. I'm just like, I don't like how a lot of people are just drink the Apple Kool-Aid. It's just like, if you like the phone, tell me why you like the phone. And if your answer is, oh, because it's an iPhone, yeah, I don't want to talk to you anymore. At least not about phones.
No, I hear that.
So on that note, you can find us all over the place. Our stuff is recorded on Zoom. It's put up on YouTube. You can see us on IG, Facebook, Twitter. Anything you guys want to shout out to or whatever. Everything Awesome is a good site. You guys should check that out. It's kind of nerdy. You probably don't want to watch it on your television, maybe on your phone, on your headphones. But yeah, if you put it on your TV, your fiance, girlfriend, boyfriend, probably going to think you're just, what's wrong with you? Who am I with? But
I don't have anything to pimp. I guess follow me on Twitter. I'm not using Facebook anymore. So follow me on Twitter at Kratos2 or Hondolo, whichever one you want to search. Yeah. Follow me
Star
on Twitter.
Trek Discovery Season 3 starts tomorrow. Make sure you get CBS All Access to watch Star Trek set in the far future where they have never been to before.
All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us. It was fun. Go out and vote. Make a plan.
Go
Do
vote.
it. Your life depend on it, especially if you have a daughter, a sister, a mother. Women's rights. Love y'all.